Hello, my name is Guy Selga, and in order to get this shoe, you needed to be a big, giant loser. I will explain that later, but first, let's get over to the desk and take a look at the shoe. The Nike General Purpose Shoe in the participation colorway. Also, a big thank you to my members in the producer tier. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Okay, we got the Nike Craft box like all the other General Purpose Shoe releases. General Purpose Shoe on the side, Tom Sachs signature. Same thing on the ends. On the bottom, kind of fits in with the theme of the shoe. Own less, do more. Anyway, getting onto the shoe itself. Here it is, the ISRU participation shoe, the loser shoe, whatever you want to call it. The biggest difference, obviously, between the other general purpose shoes is this side. They still have the Nike swoosh, but then they put this text. They got the Tom Sachs signature, they got the Nike Craft, they got the summer camp, and they got the ISRU logo right there. I'm really curious how this will withstand regular wear, this lettering, because it looks like it's heat stamped on there. And this I'm less worried about, all this, but all this right here where it's just right on the fabric, I'm really curious. I don't know, we'll see. Another difference from the regular general purpose shoes, you got the ISRU logo on the tongue tag right there, and then you also have this kind of debossed, puffy, it almost looks like puffy paint on the back. This looks really, really in there. I don't feel like this will peel off. So just to compare it to the original general purpose shoe, the studio version, this came out 3 years ago, but I just got it about 2 months ago, and I've been wearing it pretty regularly, and it's still looking good. I know these are supposed to, the whole idea is you wear them more and they look better. So the biggest differences between the studio version is instead of the brown gum midsole, we got this cream yellow midsole, and the same color is on the Nike swoosh. Other than that, besides the tongue tag there and the pull straps, the bottoms are obviously the same as well. On the heels, on the studio pair, we have the embossed Nike logo, while the participation shoe has the debossed ISRU logo. On the front there, again, pretty much the same. On the insole, there's also the ISRU logo and the Nike Craft logo. Looking at the bottom, same as all the other pairs. By the way, I read a lot of people saying how slippery these shoes were, dangerously slippery. And so far, I have noticed the traction is a little poor, and I heard it even gets worse as time goes on. So something to think about as you wear yours. Mine are still pretty grippy, but I notice on tile surfaces or especially wet surfaces, it does get a little slippery. So what is the ISRU app? The ISRU app is an app that is currently still running. I don't know how much longer it's gonna go, but it was basically an app to win the opportunity to purchase the I.S.R.U 3.0. And yes, if you won, you didn't win the shoe and they send you the shoe, you had a chance to purchase the shoe, which I think was $200. So the app had various challenges. One of them, for example, one of the easier ones was called Input Before Output, where you had to upload a picture of you reading a book every morning before you touched your phone. There was another one where you had to draw a picture every day, and then there was one where you had to do at least one perfect push-up. There was one where you had to make a medicine ball. So all sorts of challenges. I did my best, but I wasn't anywhere near the level as the top users in the app that were given the opportunity to buy the I.S.R.U shoe. One of my favorite parts about the app was the movie section, where you would watch a short film and then it would ask you a bunch of questions from the movie. And I thought all these short films were really well done. There was a really wholesome one with Tom Sachs and his mom, and they're walking around New York collecting garbage to make a lamp. But now there was no summer session this year. You can still upload images and you can still earn points, but there's kind of no purpose anymore. So people are kind of wondering if the app will continue. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, for everyone who didn't get the chance to buy the Mars-Yard, they were given the opportunity to buy this shoe, the participation shoe, the loser shoe, whatever you want to call it. And we pre-ordered this a whole year ago. Yes, they took our money last summer after the original run of ISRU. And then everybody wondered, did they take our money? Where's the shoe? And then earlier in July, they finally sent out an email saying they would be sending out the shoes at the end of July, which we finally got. Here it is. And I don't know if I like it as much as the studio pair. I think what I don't like is the cream off-white midsole. Everything else I think is really cool. I think all this is neat. Just that handcrafted look is kind of what I like most about the shoe in general. So to have this on it, I think that's a really nice touch. Oh, I also wanted to mention this shoe has no hype, no resale value, which is totally fine with me. I'm glad I could finally get the studio pair a few months ago. They restocked it. I'd been wanting it for 3 years, refused to pay resale for it. They finally did it. And then, yeah, now I got this one because of the ISRU app. Anyway, let me know what you think about the Tom Sachs general purpose shoe in the participation colorway with all this fun text. And also let me know what you think of the general purpose shoe in general, especially if you own one and what it's like been wearing it for the last few years. I want to know how yours are holding up. The whole point is to wear them more and break them in and be a true general purpose shoe where you can wear them anywhere, get them a little dirty, and they still look good. And I think that's true because every general purpose shoe I've seen looks pretty good still, even a little dirty. Okay, thanks for watching. I haven't done a shoe video in like 10 years, so I know that may be a little odd for anyone who's subscribed recently, but I do love sneakers and theme parks and video games, and it's cool to do another one of these. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.